There needs to be someone needs to get punished this episode.
I'm already gotten punished. I have a hemorrhoid.
Oh, you are a hemorrhoid.
Still need to take Scooter out of that intro.
Yeah. Well, we discussed this before the show. We needed to have a grand punishment for the show. Like, we needed to put all of our resources together and punish one of our co-hosts in the worst way possible. Yeah. And the only way that I can think of punishing someone is to just bring them back to the show. Can we do that?
You're
Fuck,
not
I can't swear anymore.
getting rid of me that easily.
Oh, it's Scooter. The whole time was here.
You thought.
He never left.
You thought. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am back to Clickbait. I have cut short my tour with Amazon because I missed you guys so much.
I'm smelling BS.
I had to return. Also,
Yes.
like I saw 5-inch Tree, the first episode I leave. What the heck are y'all doing?
I mean, I get heated whenever stuff comes out. I mean, if Brandon's gonna talk smack about the Steelers, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ham. I'm sorry.
I have no excuse, Scooter. I acted like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old that just learned the potty words. I did. Yes.
That's how I've been for the last 20 years.
I'm back. I'll be with you guys for the duration of the football season, unless I get another opportunity, and then I'm out. But
unless McDaniels hires me,
unless something else happens.
Yeah, is the punishment Scooter? Scooter's being punished because he has to keep doing the show with us. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
a good punishment. You have to do Clickbait Sports once a week
for the rest of your life
until you die.
You need a plaque behind you that just says, "Don't forget, you're here forever."
All right.
I did.
And the other punishment, Scooter, is that you weren't here last week to dunk on me for the Cowboys beating.
Actually, that was this week.
So that was this week.
So good. We will talk.
He is here.
That.
Can we? Oh, never mind then.
I gotta say, since Scooter has been gone, the Cowboys have been doing really well.
Yes.
So if they lose this week, we know who it is to blame.
Yeah, I mean, well, he ducks out after week 1 when they lose badly to the Buccaneers. We're all ready to dunk on him. And then he comes back conveniently when Cooper Rush turns out to be a pretty good quarterback, and they're 2-1. I mean, I don't know. It's a conspiracy.
I don't even think Amazon's a real company.
That dude,
okay,
Cooper
so
Rush.
for those asking what really happened, I will break it down for you. I was tapped to be a host for Amazon all Thursday night football games. I was one of the late additions to the group. But for a lot of these programs, when they get going, especially when you're a late addition, they don't really know like what they want, what they're looking for. Long story short, they didn't really need a host for this program. They did not need a host. So
gotcha.
I'm not doing that anymore in that capacity. It was agreed upon, but there probably will be some opportunities down the line where I am working with Amazon and Thursday Night Football, and as well as some of these people up here, because I was pitching you guys for the first 2 games I was doing. For
I think
actually,
do not pitch me.
Starting next week, I will be taking Scooter's place at Amazon Prime every Thursday night.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Way to finagle that, Brandon.
I will be at the Broncos game next Thursday. So
speaking of finesse,
maybe I'll see Amazon. Wait, what's Jeff Bezos like, Scooter?
Oh, he was good. He was like real chill. You know, we never got to see him personally, but like from a distance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from a distance.
Holograms. Is there a Jeff Bezos hologram wherever Amazon goes?
Oh yeah, NFTs.
Oh, yeah.
all types of things. All types of things.
But
But for the first 2 games, it was dope. I can't lie. Like, it was a dope experience.
Uh-oh.
I got to
Oh,
go
Lord.
through like
there it is.
Oh boy.
There it
Yeah.
is.
yes.
Oh boy.
The
So
tree
we
is
were in
being
Kansas
chopped
City.
down.
I met Dwayne Bowe. We like went through a whole tour. They get the historian of the team was giving us information. Pretty dope. Then in Cleveland, I got to meet the creator of the Dog Pound, Hanford Dixon.
Nice.
So that was a fun time as well. Tell me why. At the
Ain't nothing but
Bengals
a
game,
heartache.
there's a guy who's above me. He looks up. I look up. There's a guy. He knows me from Clickbait. He knows me from Clickbait, and he buys me a blanket because he sees I'm cold. Bro, this is real. This happened.
No more shivering. No more shivering, baby. I got you. Tag him by
Oh, the clickbait
Daddy's
blanket. That has to be incorporated into the show.
Yes, it
I
does.
still have it. I have
I've got one
Brown's
right
blanket
here.
now
Uh-huh.
in my
Well, that's
possession.
weird, Adam.
Oh, I tried to do
Somebody
the
say
disappearing.
blanket.
I have
I
one
know-
around my legs.
Yeah,
Well, who
that's
is
weird.
hosting today? Because there's a lot of stuff.
I will host.
Who's hosting? Because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about.
I will host.
I bet you do.
Cowboys.
Sorry,
today.
boys, I'm cold. My blanket's just always on my knees.
Listen, can we get to the lead
Charlie gets that
story?
golden ticket to the chocolate factory.
I got a golden ticket.
Well, I got a golden ticket, laddies.
Dude, Grandpa Joe. Who's the worst character, Grandpa Joe or Jenny from Forrest Gump? Because Grandpa Joe is lying in bed, doesn't have a job, can't support his family, but as soon as his kid gets that ticket, as soon as that golden ticket appears, he's doing pirouettes. He is grittying in his house. He's going to the chocolate factory. But then Jenny, let's not talk about Jenny. She just
Jenny?
Why are you thinking
used
about this?
Forrest. She didn't even tell him he had a kid for how many years? 4 years. Didn't even get him involved. Did lots of drugs. Cheated on Forrest.
And then conveniently died whenever Forrest.
I don't know. I think Grandpa's
Brought
the
it back.
worst person. Yeah.
Eh.
What are we
Conveniently
talking
died.
about today?
All
Like,
right.
what?
Listen.
In terms of running style, Forrest Gump was most like Chris Johnson, CJ2K.
Yes, he was a starting tailback for Alabama.
He was a kick
So,
I remember.
Yeah, and a kick returner. All right, let's get to the major story today, the headlining story, which is what's up, Nick?
What's Nick?
Tyler
Show.
Columbus, ex-Bronco, tweeted today about his time with Josh McDaniels. I'm gonna cut through these pretty quickly, spare you the details. First thing he said was that after they traded Jay Cutler, Josh McDaniels addressed the team and said, "Fellas, don't worry about the QB situation. I can turn a high school QB into an all-pro." This is an actual quote from Josh McDaniels. Who was the starter after they traded
Kyle
Jeff
Orton,
Farrell?
baby.
Kyle Orton. Did
Orton
he
wasn't
turn
bad, though.
Kyle Orton into an all-pro?
Yes.
Well, I just did a video about Brandon Marshall, and Brandon Marshall had a 1,000-yard season with Kyle Orton. But if you were a Broncos fan watching Kyle Orton, that's when you first learned how incredibly boring football could be. Kyle Orton was like a warm-up for the last
Cowboys
5 years
legend.
of what Broncos fans have watched. So Josh McDaniels, wrong.
Cowboys legend, Kyle Orton. He
Now,
threw
I
a
love
pick.
Kyle
What
Orton.
happened in his last game, Scooter? Kyle. Didn't the Cowboys have like a playoff spot on the line and then Kyle Orton like threw a pick? Yeah,
Kyle
that's what
Orton
happened.
hasn't been on the Cowboys in forever.
Collective memory. All right. Tyler also said that after 2 days of being over practiced, they got ice cream. That was their reward.
Ice cream.
Was an ice cream social.
Oh, dude! I hope the ice cream truck came in with the entertainer just blaring like do 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 do.
Yes.
do.
This one's interesting. This one, number 4, where he says they had 25 slogans painted on the walls, and you had to know exactly what the slogan said. That sounds very frattish, right there. If you've
Yeah,
ever been,
honestly-
if you've been in a fraternity, like you would forced to memorize things that you didn't need to really know. And that sounds very frat boy jock.
Honestly, I hope one of those
McDaniels.
slogans. I hope one of those slogans was "Here I sit, brokenhearted. I came to shit, but only farted." That is the only thing.
Scooter's back, right? You
I
can't
know,
just-
but that was
can't-
the slogan.
You can't.
And
you don't even know how to censor yourself. Scooter, let him have it.
I don't censor myself. Okay.
Scooter, tell him
Jeez.
about.
Hold on. I have a holy deity. Protect me.
Okay, there you go. All right, pull out the religion card. Okay. Another one was Columbus says during his exit interview, he asked the coach if he was all right. The coach conducting the interview, he was like, "Hey, are you all right? Are you traumatized by Josh McDaniels?" And then the last one was he did give him credit for knowing the X's and O's, but you won't hear any. He just didn't know how to handle people. And I guess the big debate here that we can finish on now is: does anyone think that he's learned a damn thing?
Well, let me take this a step further because
You go ahead.
DJ Williams was on the I Am Athlete podcast today. DJ Williams, former Broncos linebacker, and they were talking about Josh McDaniels. And DJ Williams was giving Josh McDaniels credit, saying that he was the smartest coach he had ever been around, and he knew the game better than anyone. And when they were able to go out there and execute and do exactly what like he told them to do, like what they'd studied, like how to play certain looks, he's like, he was right. Like we would win that way. We started out 6-0. And he had this timeline messed up, but because while Josh McDaniels was there, he got caught spying on other teams' walkthroughs. So he brought that part of New England with him. And he was like, after he got caught spying,
all of a sudden he didn't know how to read.
It was like his best friend that he brought over to do the spying. He threw that guy under the bus, and then he eventually got fired. But it was about like he didn't know how to deal with people, right?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's just part of like being a head coach. Like you got to have both of those skill sets.
Does he call the plays in Oakland right now, or is it the offensive coordinator?
Who is the offensive coordinator?
Chat, do we know who calls the plays for the Raiders? Who is to blame for this?
Coordinator is Mick Lombardi.
Mick Lombardi.
Wow.
Yep.
I wonder if he's related to Vince.
What was your experience like, Brandon, with McDaniels as a coach for you guys?
It was, at first it was great because the Broncos did start 6-0, and they beat the Patriots in that 6-0 run.
Yeah.
And like this was before every single Belichick coach like had failed. There were a couple. There was who was it? Romeo Crennel and
Charlie Weiss was really bad.
Charlie Weiss was like, they haven't really worked out, but
Eric Mangina.
Yeah, it was hard though because the Broncos were moving on from Mike Shanahan, who we all loved, but it kind of just felt like it was time for a change.
Yeah.
But like, they were winning, but like McDaniels came in and he trades away Jay Cutler, trades away Tony Scheffler. They eventually trade Brandon Marshall. Now, before he left, he drafts, Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker, and they started
Tim Tebow.
He moved up to get Tebow, but
Cooter was happy about that.
You could tell things were bad, and then it's more like the longer he's been away, and now the way like athletes feel comfortable talking about their experience in the NFL honestly, because there's so many like platforms and podcasts, and it's just like incredible. This Tyler Columbus story doesn't feel like news at all to me because I feel like I've heard this stuff so many times about Josh McDaniels. Like we just know it here. So it's just funny because, the Broncos are playing the Raiders this week. So it's kind of like a big thing, but yeah, he was horrible with people, just absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And wasn't he supposed to take the Colts job? Then he,
yes.
That's where big ding on him.
I I wonder what the Colts franchise would look like these days
Honestly,
if he took that job.
It'd be a mess.
I mean, they dodged a bullet, wouldn't you say? I mean, Frank
Easy.
Reich, for as hot of a seat that he's sitting on, is still a better option than Josh McDaniels. Like, he just doesn't. I don't know. McDaniels, at least now, hasn't. He's what, 5 and 20?
5 and 20.
Yeah, over
I
his
feel like
last
Josh McDaniels
25.
is the Lane Kiffin of the NFL.
Oh, that's
So
loaded
Mark
right
Davis is
there.
going to do a press conference throwing him under the bus in a couple weeks.
Yes.
He might.
Josh McDaniels is the me of YouTube.
I don't know about that. I feel like you have good
videos for every
reputation.
20.
You're
You at
beloved.
least have a good
That's right.
reputation.
Five-
You're not hated.
Five wins for every 20 videos.
Coming off back-to-back 10 out of 10s, guys. It's not looking
Yeah,
good over
yeah.
here.
Hey,
Good
nothing
old
wrong with
10
that.
out of 10. The self-esteem crusher.
Oh, YouTube
right
does
there.
that all the time, man.
All right,
YouTube
I'm
slaps
trying to
me around and I
remember
don't
this
like it.
player though that McDaniels cut without even talking to him.
While
Was
you
that-
do that, I
Was that
kind of want to.
Columbus?
I kind of want to just talk about the games this past week. I don't
Wonder
know if
why.
you guys witnessed any of the games that happened this past weekend.
Yeah, I
but
prefer not to. Talk
I'm
about my
excited
game.
to talk about what transpired this past.
I don't know what
weekend.
you're talking about.
But let's actually start with Brandon because I was watching. Yes, Jalen Hurts is still trash. We'll get into that.
Whoa.
But let's talk about the Broncos. What did you see from that game? Because I was worried for you. And matter of fact, I've
Right.
been worried for the Broncos every game they played this season. I don't know how your heart's doing, how your
Oh,
blood
it's-
pressure is.
It's
Talk
about
to
it,
us.
it probably beating twice as fast as your scooter. I don't know what's wrong with this offense yet, with this team yet. We're waiting. We're just waiting for something. It's like we keep hearing it's the Raiders are the team where, like, if the offense doesn't look good, I'm gonna be in panic mode. Because the Raiders, like, their weakness, their defense is not good. They don't have a great offensive line. I think our pass rush is getting better. But yeah, I mean, if I could sum up how I feel.
It's your sandwich. It's called the Danger Witch, and it's dangerously good. Be careful though. It's spicy.
Whoever
not
did
spicy.
Did
this,
y'all see? Did
not
y'all see
spicy
who
yet.
edited that?
they need to go to jail.
No
Whoever
more.
made that,
Just no more.
my
Did y'all see the edit of that where they put
the
it?
noises,
The Batman music. Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah,
It's
the
beautiful.
Batman. Yeah, it's so
the eating
good.
noise.
It was
My
scary.
God.
It was scary. I did have a segue, by the way, that doesn't work now because you can't remember where we were. Remember, Josh McDaniels got caught cheating, right, in Spygate. Allegedly, somebody was filming Cincinnati Bengal or Dolphins practice
Mhm.
and then posted it on Twitter. So no affiliation with the Bengals, just some rando at the stadium filming their walkthroughs and posting it on Twitter. Did y'all see this?
Yeah,
I
he
want your thoughts.
switched it up and started just doing everything with 12 men on the field. Like, just
Don't worry.
say,
Mike
like, hey,
McDaniel, a genius, guys.
I did see this.
I love this man. I love this man.
I think McDaniel, not McDaniels,
Did y'all
is playing
Did y'all watch
4D
that
chess.
game, by the way? Like, that was a wild game, too. I can't believe the Dolphins came all the way back like that. Were you guys a part of it? Did you guys see this?
Over the Bills?
Oh yeah.
We're talking about two different things. We're like
you talking about the
intercepting-
Ravens scooter from
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
Which game are we talking about?
I don't even know anymore.
Did y'all see
Let's-
that Super Bowl where the dude caught it on his helmet? That was awesome.
That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That was really
Honestly,
good.
you talk about David Tyree. I prefer the guy that caught it in the end zone, beating the Cardinals for Super Bowl. I prefer that.
Who is that? Emmanuel.
No, it's
No,
called your
Sant-
mom,
But
Oh,
also
okay.
known as Antonio Holmes.
still on,
my
still on
mom
the
caught
topic
4
of the
touchdowns
games
in
being
the
played,
NFL.
though. Tom,
Sure.
I was able to catch a little bit of that Packers game.
Mm.
To me, that was a win-win situation, right? Either
Mhm.
way, Tom Brady's losing or Aaron
Mhm.
Rodgers is losing.
Mhm.
That's a W in
Mhm.
my book. It just so happened that the Packers were able to squeak this one out. What did you see from the Packers that you liked?
Well, I mean, the best part about it was that we did what the Cowboys couldn't, and win. So I would think that I missed you, Scooter. Honestly, like their offense was clicking for the first 2 drives and it was looking really good. And then we fumbled and then we didn't do anything the rest of the game on offense, which again is a movie that we've seen a lot. But that defense looking good. And kudos to the Cowboys because their defense looking real, real good too. I mean, good God. I actually felt bad for Daniel Jones, a man who's going to make more money than I will ever make. But because he had like 2 seconds maybe to throw the ball before getting annihilated on almost every play.
All right, are we going to do this now? All right, Scooter, you've gotten your wish. You've manipulated Clickbait Sports into talking about this game. Congrats. For you. Look, Daniel Jones, like I've watched him for now. This is being
he had a good game.
4th year.
I mean,
he played a good game. He ran. He pulled out his stops. He ran for first downs. He did not make any dumb throws besides the one that clinched the game. But that wasn't terrible. Like his pocket presence he knew he was going to be under pressure, and he was like, "Oh crap, I got to get rid of the ball." He sensed pressure. Like you never see him do that. So he played well. He played like a starter in the NFL. Now, the Giants offense, like I knew the Giants were going to lose when every time the Cowboys needed to get a first down, it was like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. They're winning the battle of possession where they made it easy on themselves. They're able to get 5-6 yards off first down.
Let me stop
and you're going to win the game if you do that.
Let me interject because when I was watching the game, and you tell me how you were feeling, for the longest time, it just felt like the momentum was with the Giants. Everything that could go wrong for the Cowboys was going wrong. We see Trayvon Diggs, interception, go right through his hands. CeeDee Lamb, wide open, hits him in the chest, drops the pass.
Yep.
I had an eerie feeling about this game. We are literally about to let the Giants beat us. Were you feeling the same way during this game?
Yeah, like in 2008 when the Giants had to go to Texas Stadium and Patrick Creighton had a wide open 3rd down reception where he could have just run into the end zone. And instead he started thinking about popcorn or something before the ball got to him and he just dropped the ball. That's how it felt with CD. Like I could not believe that he just dropped that pass.
Same here. That was
now
cool.
I will give the Cowboys credit. They blitzed a lot. They blitzed often. They got to Jones. They took away the run. Even on Saquon's touchdown run, he had to make 3 guys miss. Like they really contained Saquon the whole time. The other thing is Cooper Rush. He's got to get player of the game because he never made a single risky throw. He never made a bad throw. He never made a mistake. He didn't make a single mistake. Honestly, if Dak were there, they probably win by 4 touchdowns. But anyways, I just think that Cooper Rush managed a good game. And, the Giants are back, licking their wounds and saying, why aren't we ready yet? And
so here's the thing with Cooper Rush. Okay. My gosh. Let's just start here. The Cowboys have dumbed down the offense for Cooper Rush. Let's start there. They literally are not doing anything advanced. Why? Because we're playing the Giants. There's no need to do anything advanced when you're playing a team like the Giants. And even next week when we play the Commanders, there's really not that need to do advanced stuff against these teams. Now, you look at what we're doing in the run game. Zeke and Pollard combined, right? It's not one or the other. It's a combo, and they work well as a combo. They got a whole bunch of running yards. Cooper Rush didn't really have to do that much. So when Dak returns, I look for them to incorporate a lot of these basic things that we're doing. Run the ball, let the play action open up for Dak, and I think we'll be a little bit better because we were trying to do a lot with that. If you look back, even against the Bucs, you look at what we were running. There's a lot of stuff. So if we
I don't think you played I don't think you're like that much better. I think you played the Bucs again this week. You would lose by the exact same score.
Here's what I like about Cooper Rush. Here's the thing: not a single person has mentioned about Cooper Rush.
What's that?
He's saving your head coach's job. Saving Mike McCarthy's job, and
He
you guys are
is.
going to get more
He
Mike
is.
McCarthy because of Cooper Rush, because it looks like Mike McCarthy's doing a pretty good job coaching right now.
I will say, if it were Jason Garrett, we would be 0-3 right now.
No, you'd probably be too.
And I believe that. I do
Yeah.
believe that. We have to give Mike McCarthy some credit where it's due.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
man
you're
with
right.
a
Nah,
backup
yeah.
McCarthy
quarterback
train.
has won 2 games with a backup quarterback.
Mhm.
We're probably going to win against the Commanders. That's going to be
Okay.
3 games.
If you
with a backup
lose to the Commanders,
now,
are you calling for McCarthy's head?
now, regardless, McCarthy can win a Super Bowl. He's out next year.
For
If-
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton is available. Do you
Oh,
understand
what
what
do I
I'm saying?
think
It
of
does not
Jimmy
matter
G?
what Mike McCarthy does. If Sean Payton is available, we're hiring him. Okay.
Sean Payton
Our
come to the
owner
Broncos.
is Jerry Jones. He does what he wants at all times. He does not care. This man fired Jimmy Jones. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? He doesn't
Jones?
like McCarthy like that.
You mean
Jimmy
does
Jones.
not like
Johnson.
Jimmy
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Not Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Johnson. He fired Jimmy Johnson.
We all
So look, if he can fire Jimmy Johnson, he most certainly can fire Mike McCarthy. Last thing I'll say about the Giants game,
McCarthyism.
give us Kadarius Toney. All right. If y'all are just gonna sit this man,
He was
hamstring
hurt.
injury,
He was hurt.
give him to us.
They need him now because
Y'all
Sterling
don't know what you're
Shepard.
doing. You
got
are
eaten
wasting
alive.
elite talent. My gosh. Are you signing Daniel Jones at the end of the year? Yes or no?
I think they might, if say they make the playoffs by some miracle, which looks pretty not in the cards. They would just franchise him and then punt on that. They're definitely, if Saquon keeps doing this, they'll give him a second deal, which is the worst possible thing that they could do. I mean, honestly, the worst possible thing. Which, and we'll all call for it. Well, every Giants fan will be like, pay Saquon, and as soon as he gets hurt, we'll be like, what are you thinking, Shane? Signing a running back to a second.
Again, like the Cowboys defense, like their pass rush looked really good against the Bengals, looked phenomenal against the Giants. Like with the Giants, who are supposed to have like an upgraded offensive line, like is it their O-line is just not good? Or is it that the Cowboys pass rush is that good?
So
will tell you.
Neil looked pretty rough.
I will
So-
tell you for the
he got
Cowboys
buried.
defense. Yes, we lost Randy Gregory. Okay. And he's balling out in Denver, by the way. I've seen like this man
doing
has
well,
so many pressures in Denver. But we've already got this man's replacement, and his name is
He
Sam
liked Greg.
Williams. Sam Williams is putting in work on the defensive end. So it's like we have Sam Williams. Then we got this guy named Dorrance Armstrong, who no one believed in but Jerry Jones, and it's paying dividends now. There's a couple guys that no one really believed in that Jerry Jones was like, I don't care what you say. We don't need to get another receiver. Who cares if we traded Amari Cooper because we got Noah Brown, right? And a lot of people were like, who's Noah Brown? We need to get other people. Noah Brown's been balling out of control. Dorrance Armstrong, no one wanted to re-sign him. He got a sack in the last game. He's got so many pressures. So what's happening is these players who Jerry Jones has bet on are now coming to fruition. Van Der Esch isn't sucking it up. He's playing with speed that wasn't there last year. You couple that with the
That's-
best defensive player
that's
in the
fishy.
game.
That's fishy. You don't just get speed.
Yeah.
Well,
on the
well,
juice.
what happened was his rookie
Test
year.
him. Test
His
him
rookie year, he was
NFL.
fast. His rookie year, he was fast. All of a sudden, he's not fast anymore. Now it looks like he's back to having a step that he had before. So, I don't know.
Suspect. I smell drugs.
what about that Steelers game, though?
Wait. Tom had something to
Oh,
say.
Yeah. So
Yes. Let's
well,
not talk about the
thank-
Steelers.
So was that 2 weeks ago now? 5. So 2 weeks ago, you may notice there is a beautiful helmet in the back of 5 Point Vid's videos.
Yes.
There, nice
It's a
shiny-
fantastic looking helmet.
It's a nice shine. It is a really nice helmet. Nice shine. So, signed by one Lawrence Taylor as the good old people.
Lawrence Taylor,
That's it.
best at cocaine.
Left tackle. The good old people at Auction of Champions, small business auction house, have decided to send us a couple of things. And today, literally today, I just so happened to get my package, which is smaller than 5.
Ooh.
There, I
Yes.
said it. You happy now?
Uh-huh.
You happy?
Mhm.
Happy I said that
Your
smaller than
package
yours.
is much
That's
smaller
right.
than
I
mine.
mean, smaller, dude. He's Asian, man. That's
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well,
So,
I'm half Asian.
I received
The top half.
an Aaron Rodgers signed
Ooh.
mini helmet.
Nice.
Got a little,
Well done.
got a little certificate of authenticity. That's right. So this fun fact is going to get auctioned off for charity tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. But good people over at Auction of Champions, you check them out. They got some great auctions going right now, right, Perna?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
As he tries to figure that. There you go. So, like, you might see other auction houses. This is a small business, so they're supporting us. So we're supporting them, showing them a little bit of love. And you head on over there. And I got to say, like, because they're a bit of
Can
a
you
smaller
click on
business,
auctions? Yeah,
you-
there we go.
that's how you rock
Here?
and roll, because that you're able to get
Top
things
left, there
for
you go.
significantly
Yeah.
cheaper than you would usually get them for.
And make sure you sign up using what code so we know
Use
that
the code clickbait. Yes, that's where you say you
Clickety
came
baity.
from, and you say that they sent us.
Yeah,
And then
click
you,
on that and let's
then
see
you
what's
win
in
things.
there. Yeah, look at that. There's a
Josh
Josh Allen
Allen.
jersey.
You got a
yeah.
Roberto Clemente
Tua
baseball
helmet.
card, man.
the
Yes.
heck? I'm about to go bid on
Gronk.
some of this stuff.
Yes.
Gronk
Make,
jersey.
you told him to use the code to say clickbait.
clickbait.
right?
Gotta
There you
go.
go,
gotta
Peter.
Let him know.
What's
Ooh,
that
a
at?
CD Lamb right there.
100 and
It's a-
Does it come with a drop football?
170 right now. Somebody bid 170 for it.
Wow. No, it comes with the one-hand catch.
Ooh, a Joe Montana Notre Dame. Oh, by the way, everything is also verified. By the way, it comes with a
Yes.
little
Oh, yeah.
authenticity on there, and you can just put it.
Who's
in.
that helmet signed by?
Good stuff. Mine in the back.
This one. This Eagle. Oh,
Oh,
Randall
ooh,
Cunningham?
Nice. Only 85 on that bid right now.
That's a
Not
steal.
bad.
Yeah, that is a steal right there. So
Okay.
check him out. We've met the owner personally, great guy. So a family business, and here at Clickbait, we are a family of crap.
We're a family of misfits and
We are,
degenerates.
family of duty heads. All right. What should we talk about?
We should talk
We
about
should talk about the
the
Packers game.
Steelers game that
Ah.
took place.
Actually,
What did-
speaking of which, let's talk about your experience with Amazon in that game, because I think that's the only thing we're talking about.
Well, I will say, I saw that catch, right?
By George Pickens.
I saw the George Pickens catch with my eyes. Like,
That's
I
all, yeah.
literally saw that catch
Back shoulder.
IRL. And
Really?
I saw it. When I saw it, I didn't realize how good of a catch it was, right? Because it was like bang, bang, happened real quick. I was just like, everyone at the stadium was just like, did you see that?
Did he catch that?
But here's what I'll say about Cleveland, the Browns, and that whole experience at that stadium. Number one, they love Nick Chubb. Okay, I met Nick
no
Chubb
surprise, he's a beast.
at the Tweet Suite college football game, college national championship. He's dope.
Georgia. Yeah.
Everyone loves Nick Chubb. I see why. Okay, this guy might be. He's a top 5 running back in the league.
Easy.
Oh, he's a
easy.
beast.
Top 3.
Easily. So we'll start there. Nick Chubb.
Can you believe that Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, and Todd Gurley were all in the same backfield at Georgia?
Mhm.
That's absurd. That's sick.
It is crazy. It is crazy. But
Anyway.
Tree, what did you see from that game? What are some positives that you were able to take away from that L?
Well, from the L, the fact that George Pickens is a beast and they should throw to him more often. Positives otherwise, like our first half wasn't awful. And the negatives, I mean, it's deflating. Jacoby Brissett and Nick Chubb had great games. Without the TJ Watt in the pass rush, the Steelers defense looks really bad. Secondary's having issues. I mean, you're expecting Akello Witherspoon to cover Amari Cooper, and they're lucky Amari Cooper had a couple drops and a flag. Otherwise, that would have been uglier than it was. And you can't lose in those shoes, baby.
So tell me, what are we expecting? What's the timeline
Kenny
for a
Pickett.
QB change? What are we thinking?
Here's the thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers and what people tend to forget. When Ben Roethlisberger first got his job from Tommy Maddox, it wasn't because Tommy Maddox got benched or because Ben Roethlisberger or any of the fans clamored to be the starting role. He got that job because Tommy Maddox got injured. And Ben played well enough to usurp the role. The only way that Mitch Trubisky is going to lose that job is if he gets injured, unfortunately. And then we get to see if Kenny Pickett's any good. It's the Steeler way. They don't fire coaches. They don't really bench anybody. It's just their contracts expire or they retire. So that's why Matt Canada's. I'm not bringing my hopes up towards Matt Canada being fired. His offense is honestly pretty useless. Trubisky can make some decent throws, but he's way too tepid. And the problem is, like, he's a quality backup, but if he's required to be a full-time starter, you're going to have issues because, unfortunately, Trubisky has limitations.
Watching him live in that game, it appeared like he was playing very well. Like, he was escaping a lot of pass rushes.
That's what I mean. He has those flashes.
So, but long-term, not the guy.
I don't think, as I said, I saw it in Chicago, too. He's more of a quality backup type, comes in a pinch, does a job or two, and then if you're requiring him to be a full-time starter, you're going to have problems.
That's fair.
All right, I got a topic that I got two topics I want to talk about. Of course, for the game tonight, we have a little extra juice between Tua Tagovailoa, Eli Apple.
That was
What? It's Tagovailoa.
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 It's like your tongue.
I gotta put the
Tagovailoa.
tongue in there.
Yeah.
I got a tongue punch.
It's like
one of
DJ
the hard names I know how to
Uiagalelei.
say.
Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, and everyone's favorite toast, Eli Apple. Apparently, there's some beef. Eli Apple was talking some smack. Tyreek Hill clapped back, and then Tua said basically, if Tyreek is one-on-one with Eli, he is throwing him the ball. What do y'all think of this type of banter pregame?
Tua's like, if the play is called to go to Tyreek and he's one-on-one with Eli Apple, I'm probably throwing him the ball. It's like the most like Tua answer I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's right. If you're a receiver and I can't see you,
Dolphins
I'm
wide
not gonna throw
receiver
you the
Tyreek
ball.
Hill talked some trash this week ahead of the matchup, saying he couldn't wait to face Bengals cornerback Eli Apple. I can't wait to go against you, Eli Apple. I owe you, boy. I owe you. Cheetah is here. Okay.
Straight line speed, Tyreek Hill is the fastest player probably in the NFL, right? Like,
Probably
so
not even
I don't.
straight line, just any
Like,
speed.
nothing but crossing routes. That's all I do.
So, like,
Inside
that's
cross.
a bad matchup for anyone to go one-on-one against Tyreek because you got to give him 10 yards, right? And
If you're
he's gonna.
Eli Apple, why are you talking trash at all? Like,
Eli Apple's always talk trash.
Yeah,
That's his game. Like, look what happened after the
mentality.
Super Bowl. Eli talked all that smack before the Super Bowl, and then he got buried.
So, who do you guys think wins that matchup tonight between Apple and Tyreek Hill?
Reek.
I think Tyreek's going to be bobbing for apples at the county fair and come out with gold. So I say Tyreek.
Whoa.
I actually think that Apple will make some plays tonight. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to be the Mike Goldberg or Golick or whatever. Remember when Mike Golick and Greenberg, they would just disagree on stuff so that they could disagree? I'm just going to disagree and say that Eli Apple he's not going to get a pick, but he's going to bat a few balls down.
the only way the
Eli
Bengals
does
have
know
been
about
playing
batting some balls.
terribly this year. The only way I see the Bengals winning this game, truthfully, is if the Miami players, their heads are affected by this hurricane, really, and they're worrying about like their family and people like that. They're misplaced. Because to me, Miami has the advantage going in here. The offensive line for the Bengals.
I'm starting to
Lyle
wonder,
Collins.
though. I'm really
what?
wondering if Miami spent too much energy beating the Bills. Like, because that was an ugly, hot, sticky game where they had to do everything. And now they got to turn around and play 4 days later and take on a Bengals team that's on the rise. I like the Bengals tonight.
On the
honestly.
rise? How are the Bengals on the rise, though?
They one win and they're back to 500. They just beat who'd they play this weekend? Who'd the Bengals beat? Who'd they get their first win against?
The New York Jets.
Did the Jets. So they got to play a junior varsity team, got a confidence booster. Now they're going after a playoff team like the Dolphins.
I don't know. The Bengals offensive line is terrible. They tried to bolster with Lyle Collins, and it's just not working out.
You know about that.
It looks like he's sort of regressed since going to the Bengals. Joe Burrow, you know how Daniel Jones was running for his life? That's how Joe Burrow's been the first couple of games. Like, it's It's not good for the Bengals right now.
Tom, what do
they
you
did better
think?
against the Jets.
I haven't heard enough from Tom today.
I said on GPS, I think that the Bengals are in a good position to win this. I think that the Dolphins are beat up right now. I know Tua was on the injury report. There's a couple of other folks that are on the injury report as well. I picked the Dolphins to win, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if the Bengals are able to sneak one away at home.
Okay. All right.
Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are the better team, but I feel like it's a weird week for the Dolphins. That I think that game was taxing. It's just like a short week, and a short week where I think the Dolphins had to leave early to Cincinnati because of the hurricane. Like, it's just all of that stuff. And for Thursday night footballs at this, like at week 4, it's when teams are really starting to feel like guys have played football games. So it's really hard to go on the road for Thursday night to win. And I think it's kind of just a weird week for the Dolphins. If it were Sunday, I would feel very good about saying the Dolphins will win. Now I feel like it's a toss up, and I'm kind of leaning towards the Bengals because I think
shouldn't really bet Thursday games, honestly. Listen, I'm looking at the spelling of Tua Tagovailoa's name. I do not see an N anywhere in his
It's a
name.
pronunciation. Like,
don't tell me about that.
Look at the Clemson quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei.
If you want me to pronounce it that way, put it Tangioviloa. Okay.
Tree.
It's Samoan.
Tree, what are you thinking for this game, this Thursday night football game?
Thursday night football game. I'm thinking Cincinnati's going to pull it out, mostly because Miami's pretty battered. I think they played a brutal gauntlet of a game against Buffalo. Both them and Miami are injured. Miami exhausted a lot of their resources. You're coming in on 3 days rest, which I still find ridiculous, to be completely honest with you. And you're coming into a Cincy team that's riding some form of momentum, and they're hungry. So I think Cincy pulls it out.
Aren't we all hungry? All right. The second thing that I wanted to talk about
is that everyone for Cincy but me. So everyone's saying Cincy but me.
Yes, that's a common occurrence on this show.
So yeah, everyone's for the Bengals.
I picked the Dolphins to win in my pick'em league, but
Oh,
I would go with the Bengals as a.
Okay.
All right.
The Dolphins. Let the record show I got the Dolphins tonight.
Here's one thing that happens every year in the NFL. And we were talking about this the other day, is somebody emerges as the front runner for the MVP in the first 3-4 weeks. By week 16, they are like dead and buried. Remember a couple years ago, it was Chef Russ was the MVP through like 4 weeks. One time Phillip Rivers was being called.
It's your sandwich. It's called the Danger Witch, and it's dangerously good. Be careful though. It's spicy.
Be careful, everyone. It's spicy.
That's the spiciest.
Last year, Kyler Murray was being talked about as the MVP.
J Mill.
Who is the early front runner for the MVP that will be disappeared by week 15,
Well, let's just talk about the front runners, period. Who's in the conversation right now?
Lamar
Micah
Jackson, Parsons,
Jalen Hurts,
Joshy Allen.
Jalen Hurts.
I'd argue Tua.
Hurts
Tua,
is the
Josh
guy,
Allen.
though.
Tua.
Tua's being talked about. Those are two guys. Tua and Hurts are guys I will not expect to be there.
I will say,
year.
Let's talk about Jalen Hurts for a second, because I got a whole bunch of people in my mentions. Every time I talk about the Eagles, my mentions explode. Listen, Jalen Hurts is fraudulent. I don't care what anyone says. This man is just surrounded. The Eagles have done a great job. They did what the Cowboys were unwilling to do this postseason. They surrounded Jalen Hurts with premium talent. Devontae Smith, balling out of control. We knew this was going to happen. He did it at Alabama. This is to be expected. You go and look at the throws Jalen Hurts is making.
They're average.
These are not dimes. These are getting the ball in the vicinity. The receivers are doing the work.
They are.
So
did you see that pass to Devontae Smith before the second half?
Jumped
I'd
up
say
and
that was a dime.
I'd say Hurts is dealing. I'd say he's dealing. If I had to
Yeah.
give a guy a contract right now between Hurts and Dak, it would be Hurts.
Man,
Let's just put
and
that
you'll
out
find
there.
out exactly. I want to be on record for this. You'll find out exactly what all these Eagles fans are about to find out. The first 3 games that they played were not against premium competition. You're looking at games against terrible opponents, the Vikings included, the Lions included. These guys, he's not doing anything.
Speaking,
Let's see what he does against the Jaguars. Okay, let's see that, which I'm surprised to even say.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does against the Jaguars. Let's see what he does when the Cowboys.
he's gonna smoke them. Are you kidding?
Come in.
Cowboys, dude.
Okay.
He's gonna Trayvon Diggs is gonna give up 400 passing yards by himself.
400
If he-
passing.
yeah,
He's gonna
the
be
whole
going for that
season-
home run ball, getting
the whole
burnt like
season-
Eli Apple
Look,
without
bro,
sunscreen.
I'm telling you. Hurts
When do
is
the Eagles
fraudulent.
play the Cowboys?
Week
Yeah,
6.
when is that game? Week
Hurts
6.
is fraudulent. Eagles are
Week
fraudulent.
6.
When
We
they
gotta
get
do some type of
a
wager
taste
right
of
there.
this pass rush,
Mhm.
it's
Welcome.
a wrap. It's
Welcome
over.
back to
Micah
the show,
Parsons
Scooter.
is in the backfield every other play. Oh, and I need this to happen too because I've been talking way too much trash about this. So I'm going to need week 6. It's going down.
I mean, dude, you are talking as much smack as Eli Apple does, and we all know what happens when Eli Apple talks smack. I think you and him are pretty.
We all know what
I
happens
think-
when Scooter talks trash.
Oh yeah, man. I remember. Didn't you say that you weren't losing to the 49ers in the playoffs last year?
I don't recall that. What
No. You said we have it on tape. Play the tape.
He's testifying in front of Congress. I don't know.
I
What
played
I
the
do recall is saying
I did
Micah
not launder
Parsons will
those
get
funds.
25 sacks this season. I recall saying that. And
You're like
he is
Brett
on
Favre.
pace to get just that. That's what I recall. I recall saying Kavontae Turpin
I recall.
will get 4
I do not
touchdown
recall.
returns or punt returns. He was close. We were almost at 1. Okay, so we'll see.
Another MVP candidate. This one will tickle Brandon's fancy. Amon. How do you say his name?
Amon
Rah,
Ross St.
rah,
Brown.
rah, rah, rah.
Amen.
Rah,
Amen.
rah, 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 rah.
Amon,
Egyptian
rah,
god
rah,
of the
rah,
sun.
rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah.
All right.
Rah, rah,
Another story coming out.
rah.
Christian McCaffrey
rah, 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 rah,
did not
St.
practice. Is that a reason to worry, or who cares? Does anyone even care?
I mean, at this
about Christian
point, are
McCaffrey?
you? I mean, at this point, I think Carolina's just hoping Matt Rule gets fired. So if they have to lose in the short term, I think that's a sacrifice they're willing to make.
The Panthers should trade Christian McCaffrey right now.
They should trade him to the Steelers for
Oh
like a
God! You
7th
want him to
round
go
pick.
behind that O line? He's gonna
Oh, dude.
die even faster. He's gonna die in
Najee
practice.
Hey,
and
it'll be the
Najee?
greatest 3 plays we will ever see
I
out
don't
of
know
a
if he even
Steeler
gets
running back.
three. Like he might step from the field and explode just into glass. Just shards everywhere.
We'll take Ike Ekwonu too.
They need to trade him to the 49ers.
Let's
Boom. Put him with
preview-
Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, guys who knew him as a child, who can actually utilize a running back. And
Because they knew him as a child.
Yep, that makes a difference.
I knew that little Christian was gonna run the ball so fast.
While we still have some time, I think we should all just go through and preview our games, like our team's games for this.
Well,
next week.
I did want to talk about one more thing. I remember
right
one
after
more thing.
5.
Yes. Oh, 2 things. 2 things. The butt punt. Can we talk about the butt punt?
Glorious. I mean, both.
Where does this rank in terms of rectal accomplishments in the NFL?
They've won though. I think that's even more impressive. They still won. They had that because if they lost, it would be on highlight reels.
Yes.
Instant
forever.
meme. It would be the new Buffalo.
Yeah.
But because they won, it's like, yeah, it was really funny. And then
Yeah.
Didn't Debo Samuel catch a ball like between his cheeks like last year? Like he rolled over.
that's why you
I
got
think
that
it's in my
contract.
Instagram where he caught. So there's that. There's the butt fumble. There's
Jimmy
Mike
G
McCarthy's
stepping out of the
play
end zone.
calling. Yep. Then Jimmy G stepped out of the end zone.
Every
that
time throws a pick
exonerate-
six.
Yeah, that actually worked out for Jimmy G
It
because
saved
if
them
not,
4 points.
Yes.
yes.
But they still lost. though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they still lost.
But still,
Jimmy
I
G
mean, Dan
looked really
Orlovsky
bad.
Well,
got
then Kurt
vindication.
Ben-
Y'all
Kurt,
see
you
Dan
cowards.
Orlovsky's tweet.
Yes. Yes.
Did
So
y'all see
Dan
James
Orlovsky,
tweet?
does that exonerate him or does that just put him in the same category?
His is still worse.
Ah,
It's like
same
way
category.
worse.
Same category.
He was like 4 yards out of bounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Orlovsky was almost hit the goalpost. Like that's how badly out of bounds he was. It was
Yeah, there was some. What was the? There was a really like bizarre stat that had the similarity between those two plays. Oh my god, I can't remember it right now. Oh man, it's something that tied them together really well. I wonder
the
if I can.
two, the Owen, Dan Orlovsky and Jimmy Jesus.
Yeah, it was like something
Yeah.
about that game and the teams at the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks
Yep.
for sharing, Brandon.
What was
Hey
the other?
guys,
Let me just remember that time that thing
Brains.
happened. And
What was the other thing you wanted to
that
say,
was
Five?
cool. I forgot.
Well, let's
no, it was that. It was Jimmy G running out of the back of the end zone.
let's preview
somebody
our
else
games
so-
for this coming week.
Yes. Yeah.
Treat. Who do the Steelers play?
We played the New York Jets at Acrisure Stadium. Zach Wilson is returning for the New York
Coming for your
football
mamas.
team. And
Yeah,
I'm going to be completely honest with you. This smells like a trap game where the Steelers
Mhm.
inexplicably play down to their competition and they randomly lose. Because unfortunately, I've seen this movie many times before. Doesn't matter if it's Tomlin or Cower or Chuck Noll. We always seem to randomly lose like the least explainable game possible. This might be it.
I don't see it. Zach Wilson coming back. He's going to be rusty. They're going to throw a lot of stuff at him.
No
Mike
pass
Tomlin's
rush,
gonna
though.
have him
No
coached
TJ
up.
Watt.
Jets to win.
Orlovsky lost 10-12. That's what it was. And the Bronx did 10-11.
That game was 10-12.
Yeah, 10-12.
And that was the difference. Was that stupid?
Yeah, I
safety?
knew it was good.
Man.
Well, that
Who
was the
the-
difference in the Broncos game. That 2
Yeah,
points
I
ended
mean,
up being
yep.
clutch.
It is.
Mhm.
Who are the Broncos
never
playing
know.
this week, Perna?
Yes.
Raiders.
Ooh, it's a rivalry game.
And it's in Oakland or in Vegas or
Vegas.
Yeah, it's in Las Vegas.
what are you
Or
guys
as we
going to be
call
the
it,
first
Mile
team?
High West.
You guys going to be the first team to lose to the Raiders, Brandon? What are we thinking?
There's a chance, man. I don't know. I am so scared for this game. I'm like, it's weird. I'm going between like being overly confident about this game and
Yeah.
incredibly paranoid about it. It
That's
feels
what
like,
I was. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
a team that's 0-3 that has a lot of talent on the roster, which the Raiders do. I hate them. I'll talk all the crap to them. It just feels like the Raiders, they're 0-3, but like those games they've lost, they've left a lot of plays on the field that
Close
should have been
game.
points. Now the
Mhm.
Broncos have done the same thing. I trust the Broncos defense, but yeah, I'm
I'm scared, guys.
I'm holding my tongue for the week. Let's put it this way.
Okay, your tongue of Vailoa.
If
you're
you had to
holding
give
that.
Tongue
a
of
score
Vailoing it.
prediction, you got to give a score prediction. What are we thinking?
Oh, it's going to be like 13-12 or 30-29.
Do you
All right.
really expect both the
Nice
Raiders
range.
and the Broncos to score more than 20 points?
Yeah, it's
Nice
like
range.
all of a sudden the Broncos defense is not going to work, so they're going to give up points, but for some reason the offense
No.
looks really
I'm
good.
thinking the offense. You expect Nathaniel Hackett, who had to hire a game manager because he doesn't know what he's doing, could score 20 points in a game.
He hired a game manager because he's going to call the play so good this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna call something. I'm gonna call the pizza guy, and he'll deliver you to the.
What do you
rendezvous.
guys think
How's
about that real quick? Like, what do you guys think about this man hiring a game manager? Because
Love it.
I saw some fan reaction online. Some people were like, look,
Pretty bad look. if you
at
ask
least
me.
he understands his weaknesses and is
Yeah,
not letting it
thank
affect
you.
the team.
I mean, that is
You mean
true.
he yes, at least he knows that he's a bad coach? Is that what you want him to recognize? Like the dude had to hire
Laugh
someone
now,
to keep
fellas.
him
Laugh
from
now.
himself.
Is the
Like,
gift that keeps
sounds
on giving?
ridiculous.
That's why he's.
I
the
think,
golden
Brandon, if the Broncos lose, you have to eat a danger witch, and you've got to eat it on the show. Mhm.
Oh,
They're
That's a
good.
good
that's not
punishment.
really a punishment, man.
I've
Yeah,
had
and
the
you've got to
danger. It's
recreate
good.
the danger witch on this.
good.
The
Yeah, didn't you have
the
it, Scooter, at the
Yeah,
draft?
it's really good. Like it's
Be
not
careful.
spicy.
What's spicy about it?
It's
What's
not
the?
spicy. It's not
What,
spicy.
it's
Yeah, I don't know
not.
the last time I
Oh,
ate
what's in
Subway.
it? What's in a Danger Witch?
I don't. It's like, hold on, let me get it.
They have like a
Yeah,
combination
corn.
of peppers.
How
And
much corn is
jalapenos.
in a Danger Witch?
Danger
much.
I want to know. Is
Twitter
it very
roast
corny?
Russell Wilson's danger.
Ah, look at everybody's having so much fun.
Yes. at your
Pepperoni,
expense.
salami, black forest ham, provolone
Uh-huh.
cheese, and bacon on Italian herbs and cheese.
Ooh, that does sound good.
That doesn't
It's
sound
Tom,
really
who are the Packers playing?
The New England Patriots without Mac Jones. So we're
Ooh.
going
Oh,
to
that's
play
a
Brian
W.
Hoyer in Lambeau.
Okay.
If we don't
Yeah.
win,
Brian
like
Hoyer is
27-10.
still in the league?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is like his 5th time with New England.
What
Yep.
the heck?
Yo, yeah, it's like I'm hoping, God, 27-10.
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure Mac Jones
Tom-
has been ruled out yet, though.
I don't think he's.
Yeah, but
like,
I don't
mean,
think
he
he's
has a
gonna
high
play.
ankle sprain. Like, unless Bill's just like, get out there. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
don't think
it's
so.
not in Lambeau in January. I think you're safe.
This is one of the few games that I will actually be rooting for the Packers. I cannot stand the Patriots with or without Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
Whoa, wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
alright.
Scooter, who are the Cowboys playing?
We are hosting the Commanders. This I'm looking at as a must-win game, only because
They're so bad.
they're so bad
They're
and like it's a divisional game. This game matters towards the end. You look at the Eagles' schedule versus our schedule. The Eagles
Oh.
play way more easier teams.
That's
So
what
they-
it is.
I mean, look, if you look at their schedule, they play easier teams. So we need to make sure we are beating all of our
They
easy
do have
teams.
to play the Cowboys twice, and the Cowboys don't get to play the Cowboys twice.
Yeah, that's true. Think about it. But I like what we're doing so far. Cooper Rush, we're not rushing him. Okay, we're letting the game come to him.
See what you did
See
there?
what you see that?
Yeah.
See what you
But
did
I
there?
look for us
You're
to
treating
win
him
by 2
gingerly.
touchdowns. Carson Wentz is still a quarterback for the Commanders. I don't think he finishes the season as the starting quarterback for the Commanders. Just being honest.
Carson Wentz?
yeah.
Wow.
Carson Wentz.
With
I do
all
not
they
think-
invested in him, I think, yeah, maybe he gets injured.
mean,
They didn't
Sam,
invest that
Sam
much in
Howell
him.
actually
He's
had a
won
good
after this
preseason.
season.
No, yeah.
So
Because Sam Howell was lighting it up, and
Yeah,
his
no,
future.
they like didn't invest a lot in Carson Wentz. He's done after this season.
2
They're
third-round
done giving him
picks, so
guaranteed
I'm
money.
surprised they even paid that much.
Yeah. Idiots.
So I like the Cowboys by 2 scores in this game. Who do the Giants play, 5?
We play the Bears, and I think
That's gonna be so bad.
it's gonna be an ugly game. You know, the Giants'
gosh.
MO this year has been hang around, score late, and win. This is gonna be an ugly game. I think that, you know, like I said that they would not beat the Cowboys, and I was right. And I think that this is an ugly win for the Giants. They better win this game. It's not that they should, it is they better win this
If
game.
you give up
You
300
lose to
yards,
Justin Fields, yeah.
if you give up 300 yards to him, you may as well contract the franchise.
Right. I mean, Fields has struggled even with this new system, this new stability that they've, you know, brought in. Getting rid of Matt Nagy, they thought was addition by subtraction, but Fields still looks lost out there. They've got to make him look.
Also,
more-
well, I mean, that's the thing. The only way they're going to beat you is through the run game because their run game in the past 2 weeks has been phenomenal.
Well, it's very dependent on if Leonard Williams comes back, because he was sorely missed against the Cowboys. That's a lot of the reason why the Cowboys won. So, oh my God, hold on, I gotta. Anyways,
I will be
I have a
rooting
little something.
for the Giants in this game. In fact, I will be rooting for the Giants in every game going forward, except when they play the Cowboys the second
Okay.
time, because you guys are terrible. I'm not afraid of you guys whatsoever, and I just want you guys to get a worse draft pick. So,
Oh, thank you.
good luck.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
Okay. All right, we gotta wrap up the show. Do we do the countdown? And all
Do you
that?
want to rap again?
I do not want to rap.
You should
I'm
rap.
not-
You should.
I'm not
You
a
should, dude.
rapper.
Do it for Scooter.
I'm a rapper. They call me Jacket Pants Shirt Man. That's what they do.
I got a jacket
Nope.
and pants.
They
and
call you Van.
Wait, we're doing the
Oh,
countdown.
we're doing it. Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
do the countdown. I'll wrap up.
So really,
What?
but we started.
What?
Hey, Broncos country.
Let's ride.
20, 19, 18, 17, 13, 15, 4.
What is going
What?
on?
Zach
In that
Wilson will
countdown
bang your
you've been
mom if
waiting
she's a
for.
whore.
Oh no.
Oh no. I got $35.
I've got guns in my head. And I got $117.74.
147.
127.93.
It's coming up the tree.
I lost again.
And there he is.
205.96.
205.96. All right. I saw some good punishments on Twitter.
That's not fair.
What were y'all remember any of
Oh
the
my
ones?
gosh.
I
Listen,
lost last week.
Yeah,
listen.
where's the elf costume?
guys.
It's getting shipped on Amazon.
I still gotta do my punishment. It's okay. I'm
Whenever
behind on the
Five
Break Star one.
loses, can we get him to face paint as that Giants
Yes,
fan?
that's what I was hoping
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We gotta have that.
We got Brandon with the dangerous sandwich or whatever it's called.
Danger Witch. Don't
Danger
disrespect
Witch.
the Danger Witch. You can disrespect
Yes.
Russell all you want, but don't disrespect his sandwich. Okay.
Does Tree
Subway,
have to
we're open for
recreate?
sponsor.
Does
We
Tree
love
have to
the Danger
recreate
Witch.
Ken Dorsey's tantrum? But it's got to be something like Steelers related, don't we think?
Yes, chat.
I
Help
think
us
of
out.
something here.
We need a punishment for Five.
Somebody, no, I did not lose. I only got $35. Somebody had a good idea for Tree, and I've already forgotten it because I don't bookmark.
Please keep forgetting that idea.
anything.
We need a punishment for Five. Tree. Did I say Five? We're done.
Tree should have to recreate George Pickens' catch.
No.
He's gonna break.
3 out. 3
I
broken
can't,
ribs.
I can't stretch that far. Are you kidding me?
Tree will miss the next 4. Tree parentheses
he's
broken
on IR.
ribs.
I
will
like
miss
that.
the next 4.
I like that. You have to.
I would love to see
recreate-
how many takes it would take for Tree
Yes.
to make a one-handed catch.
You
Like
can,
a
and
15
then it
I
can
don't have
just be-
anyone to throw it to me.
Yeah, that's true.
You can
Who-
throw it to
Who
yourself.
could you get throw it? Yeah, who would you get to throw it to you? By the way, this was posted on Twitter. By the way.
You guys work fast.
By Nick GFX. Mhm. Hope you love that blanket.
Recreate
Man,
the
we're
All
punt.
right.
That's funny. Somebody's got to punt a ball into Tree's arse.
Ooh,
Recreate the.
Tree's got to go up to a stranger and just be like, "Can I punt this ball into your?"
No, they have to
ass?"
punt it into his ass. They
Oh,
have to
Tree's
punt
got to
it
get a
in.
ball
Yeah.
punted into his ass. Well, I do like the idea of Tree. having
I'm
to
down.
recreate
I'm
the
down
butt
for the recreating the
punt.
George Pickens catch by any means
You
possible.
could do the "Oh Canada," like just sing "Oh Canada," but just replace it all about getting rid of Matt Canada.
Ooh,
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
That's something a little
That's
more
not
feasible.
bad. Okay. Yeah, let's have him sing "Disrespect the Entire Nation of Canada" by making fun.
I'm
of that.
always good for dissing Canada.
All right, that's fair. All right, let's do that.
Oh Canada.
Since you don't have anyone to
but
throw you a
must replace
football.
the lyrics
Name Canada.
with Matt Canada.
Matt Canada,
for
thy
our
offense is such
offensive
trash.
It's beautiful.
All right, Brandon, what you got coming out in the near future? You streaming the
I-
game tonight or anything?
I dropped a Brandon Marshall Forgotten
I saw
Beast
that.
episode
Doing pretty well.
highlighting just how really, really good Brandon Marshall was. Please, somebody
He was.
freaking watch it. Dear God.
Tom, what you got?
Tonight streaming the game, reaction afterwards. Packers
Okay.
Patriots roast tomorrow.
Tree.
Donate to the fundraiser, and now I'm going to give
Yes.
this away to another winner. So
Yeah, definitely. Mainly sports ball yesterday. I'm probably going to do a shit post about Notre Dame probably tomorrow.
They're
Okay.
so bad.
Scooter McGroots.
Notre Dame is so bad.
It's every year.
We are starting the Madden series. We're going to be playing through every Cowboys
focus.
game. That'll either be streamed tomorrow or sometime on Saturday. Be on the lookout for that.
Can
And then college every week, Cowboys every week, and we're getting back into the Game of Thrones now that I'm not traveling every week. So, yeah, be on the lookout.
Can you recreate all the Cowboys playoff losses in Madden in each version of that Cohen's
I
sighting
could,
year?
but I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
It's possible.
Okay.
But I'm not.
I actually have a video on Mike McCarthy coming out, whether he is a genius or just a disrespected coach. So we'll see that coming out soon. Like, why is he so disrespected? He won a Super Bowl. Mhm. He's not a good coach.
All right, guys.
All
I
right.
gotta go fix my fence. Wow, I need a brand
Okay,
new
yes.
fence. We're
Stay
done
safe
this
out
hurricane.
there.
We're done.
Okay.